Okay. Last week we began training on the Riman Essentials and like a game plan for getting out of the gate. So I know a lot of you have watched that recording. I checked in with Chris afterwards and asked if I was too harsh. And she said, no, my girls loved it. So she said she had gotten a lot of great feedback. So I was very happy about that. My background is in athletics, and I was a collegiate coach for basketball. And sometimes I can like turn on some fire energy and get a little maybe bossy or just like direct, and then I have to record it. And I hear the replay, and I'm like, oh,
Kailangan po talaga ako eh.
was I too harsh? And so some when you are launching this business, I just got off a
Going.
call with the president, Danny Bay.
Yeah.
And let's see here, Lindsay, I'm gonna assign you a co-host if that's okay, and just have you run the panels for the chats. So, and he was just talking about, when we're bringing on brand new people and people are launching their business, how important it is to keep things simple. Because things being heavy can't run fast. And, what we were saying last week to even our women in North America is we are still in a launch phase. We have gone through so many changes in the past even 6 months that have improved and optimized formula, comp plan, just company dynamics. First year in a launch is hard. It's difficult. You're finding like pitfalls, and you're pointing them out. But it's also worth it because there's industry, like a pre-launch momentum, which that is what I would call those of you from the UK right now. You're not, November is being called pre-launch for you guys, and then a launch phase. And the beautiful thing about this business is, I feel like somebody could come in 2026 from from North America and build the biggest business here. They could pass up Steve. They could pass up Chris and Kim. They could pass up the number ones because we're launching globally. Like even if I came in probably a year and a half almost after we launched in North America, but I can go be a part of a Japan launch next month. I can be a part of the UK launching. I can be a part of Australia launching because this company is launching everywhere. And so you've missed nothing. And if you're under the first 3 years in really any company, you're still in a launch phase. We're still launching here. So we wanted to talk about those behaviors and those activities, and also just how important it is to utilize the system, to utilize the Ramon system, and to keep things very simple. So I'm going to go in right now to a share screen mode. And let's see here. I was working on this earlier, so I'm going to put it in a presentation mode. Okay, so just kind of a quick review, the Remon game plan. We're going over the fundamentals right now: prospecting, inviting, presenting, closing, orientation, launching people, and promoting events. Those are the essential skills. You can go back to the replay as we talked through what prospecting is. We talked through scripts for warm market invitations. We have in North America, we have a weekly corporate Zooms being done, full 2 a week of opportunity presentations, orientations that you can jump on. You can invite people onto those Zooms. Even within our North America, like women leaders, we have different times where we have formed together as leaders and moms. We didn't want to do as late of phone calls because they're on Pacific Central Time. So we thought, how do we cater towards that mom who wants to be off of a call at 8 o'clock to tuck her kids in bed? And so we moved up our calls to cater to that, at 7. And we try to keep them really short and sweet, and also give a little spin, a little less facts, a little less corporate, and we put more testimonies in it, just a little more emotion in it for women. And then we have a skincare class. And if you're on this call in the UK, I would challenge you to think about, staying within your system. I think for the first probably 3 months, it would be a really good idea for you to be on just as many calls as possible, getting the language, understanding the company, the culture, their system. And then when you feel confident, you can branch out and say, now I'm going to do my own for my team, and I'm going to put a little twist on it. And that's you then stepping into that team leader mindset and creating a little bit of your own culture, your own flair. And that's awesome. But students, be a student before you take the initiative. Saturate yourself into it. So we talked about how to invite people into that. We talked about, okay, this is a new one right here. So we talked about inviting warm leads. Oh, well, yeah. And now we're picking up on inviting people to a K-pop party. I think this is where we ended, which is saying, have you heard of K-Beauty? The #1 K-Beauty brand is launching into the US, Canada, and UK, and I would love to invite you for a free facial to try out the products. Now, I'm from Kansas City. Our corporate headquarters is in California. Not going to be able to go in and participate in any K-pop parties this week. Okay. So here's what I'll say. If any of you are within 3 hours of your line headquarters, experience it and then bring it home. And then bring it home. But you know what? Don't wait on it. You have your coaches, and you have plenty of people who have just started K-pop parties, and you can have people go through the ritual. Okay, it's getting them confident in the ritual, it's creating community, it's creating fun. And we have Zoom trainings on how to host and execute a K-pop party, and they all look very different. And I would even encourage you, like, if you're intimidated to do that, you start with inviting your best friend over to your bathroom sink. I still do that. I had a teenage girl last week over to my bathroom sink, and we videoed it. She videoed herself. I took her through the ritual, and she's excited to get going. So that's a K-pop party in my mind. All right. And we talked about the business opportunity. So here is a cold market prospecting script. Okay. Because when you're launching your business, and especially in a pre-launch phase, you're looking for planners. You're looking for leaders. You have the rest of your life to grab customers, and you will. But you are looking to form a dream team. The conversations isn't, you judging, oh, they're just a customer. Like, no, don't take that away from them. It would be a great idea to tell everybody about the business opportunity and let them decide for themselves whether they want to be a customer or a planner. That's their decision to decide for. But here's a cold market script. And the reason why I can't really share it with you, I went through my text messages, like all my Instagram and Facebook messages, and I just kept coming back to the video recording. Okay. The voice memo, because I use my voice. Voice transfers energy. It may be a complete stranger, but I don't know about you, but I have people spam my inbox every day. And a lot of times I think it's an AI bot. A lot of times they're asking to collaborate on something or how they can increase my growth. There's lots of things that go to the other box. I want to stand out. If somebody does send me a voice message, and they have a decent looking profile picture of like their face and they look real, do you I listen to it. I'm like, well, what are they saying to me? Right? So connect, maybe connect. And people that I'm looking for, I'm looking at profiles. Cold market is people you don't know. I'm looking for people that look like they have a little influence, or maybe they're an entrepreneur, or they're showing up promoting products anyway, and I'm complimenting them. Hey, your Instagram is vibey and stylish, and I think we might be a great fit. I follow them, and then I'll write their name down, and I'm looking to see if maybe they follow me back. Okay. There's a lot of messages. There's a lot of times I don't see that follow back. I'll go ahead and put a message in there. But I need to make sure I have a notebook where I'm keeping track, a CRM, if you will. And because you go following a bunch of people and you go looking for people and you don't write down the name or the handle, it is never going to happen on the first one. So I need to be able, when I'm in my what I call prospecting zone, to be able to go look back and see if any of those people that I followed, um, that maybe they connected back or followed me back. And then that gives me a warmer opening, right? Like on Facebook, if I followed them and I see they followed me back, that's a little bit warmer opening and I have a better shot of that message going through. So I'm Abby. I'm a global partner with a company expanding the #1 Korean skincare company where are you going to go? In the UK, in Texas, in the United States, in Canada, in Ireland, in Australia later in the year, in Japan next month. I don't know. I'm looking for entrepreneurs with influence to collaborate with. Are you open to connecting? A lot of people online who do social selling, they collaborate. And a lot of times they may right off the bat, I have found social sellers right off the bat may be closed to, if I say to do business with. I think collaborating sounds a little bit more fun, a little bit more team-like, a little bit more feminine almost. With men, I might say business with. This is a man right here that I reached out to that I saw was bilingual, because if you're launching in a country and you don't speak that language, why on earth would you ever try and recruit somebody that you can't speak their language? You're looking for a leader, and you're looking for someone who's bilingual that you could work with to help train them up. And then if I kept recruiting in that area, I would be connecting everybody to the person that speaks their language, not me. I'm not going to go sign up a bunch of Japanese people who can't understand me. But if I found a leader with the mindset who I could work with and develop, then that's where they could all go. Does that make sense? And that's where most people would want to work with that person anyway. So, um, so collaborating with, are you open to connecting? And the beautiful thing about Riman is a lot of people are into affiliate marketing. They're into setting up a link. They're giving them upwards of 40% commission on the world's #1 Korean skincare is pretty unheard of for affiliates. They usually don't make that high of margin. So even if they are maybe anti, oh, that business model. I don't do like they might do this because we are a hybrid. We have a solid affiliate level and then we have solid team building levels. So you don't have to choose for them. Like I give people, here's what we have at Ramon. You can do bricks and mortar. You can sell it off the shelf and retail. Any prior like network marketing company before 2020, you couldn't even do that. There typically wasn't enough margin on the product to ever put a what you would call MLM product on a shelf. In Remon, we have that hybrid. You can. There's great buy-ins with the bigger packages and investments that opens them up for a large margin of resale. That's crazy. And then you have your high margin affiliate level. Most of the time, people online will come into that and then they'll be like, the top level is 30%, but if I get to team leader and help three other people get to senior manager, I can open up 40 and with retail commissions even more, So it's just something that, hey, this is what they're used to doing. Meet them with where they can identify. Meet them with where they can understand and they already have that language and understanding. So that's a good cold marketing prospect. My goal is to try to get on a call basically to connect. And you can kind of, I don't know how much that picture showed, but he said, I'm not sure if I'll have the resources for you. And the next question I asked him was, do you know any entrepreneurial minded people in Japan? That was my question. Why? Because of course he does. So it's worth us connecting over, right? So just picking the brain. And guys, sometimes the person you're talking to doesn't do the deal, but they give you three people and one of them does. And so you're never at a dead end if you're always asking leading questions. Okay, the next portion is on presenting. Okay, I kind of combined a bunch here at once, but this is, I'm going to move the slides over here. So this is on how do we present? How do we share the information of Ramon? Because the last thing you want to do is start spewing at someone everything you know, right? Your job is to connect, is to 2 minute energetic story, share what you're excited about. It's called an elevator story. How did you hear about it? What are you excited about? And what are you excited to do with this opportunity? It may or may not be a fit for you, but can I get you the information? Okay. Then the presenting takes place. Your role isn't to meet someone and start, that's not when you're presenting. All right. You can't move anyone before you've connected in. You can't turn on a light bulb until it's plugged in. You can't, and it's like we have online, if you've been messaging and messaging, but there's no emotional connection, you haven't gotten on a call with them, maybe you haven't done a FaceTime with them, and you go try and invite them into a presentation and they don't show up and they don't show up, they don't show up. I would tell you to go back through your steps and did you skip the connection? Did you skip connecting in before you tried to move them to the next step? Okay. We have to get the presentation in, but that doesn't come easy without the connection first. So you've got your scripts, and then from there, I would really try to connect. Hey, do you have 10 minutes where you saw on that? I'd love to connect. I want to connect. That's 10 to 15-minute call. Here, my name is this. Here's what I do. Here's what I'm looking for. What do you do? Warm it up. Not sharing. I'm at high level, maybe world's #1 Korean skincare, coming to, Japan. It may or may not be a fit for you. I've loved meeting you today. Would it be okay if I got you some resources in your hand? And then inviting them for the presentation. And this is why you have running calls. UK has running calls right now. I think yours are at 7 most nights, that you can get someone on an overview or an orientation. I know Christy Bellison and I will be leading a UK call at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. And we'll get that information out for you, but you've got plenty of people presenting for you. And there's people here who have been in the business for 2 years who would still not be comfortable presenting on their own. And we don't like use your third party resources. And we have a YouTube channel full of presentations. And I always tell people to match the hatch. Maybe you go on our YouTube channel and you don't think that they would, maybe I don't match the hatch for them, but I but maybe someone else does that's on our YouTube channel. Listen to a few of those presentations and, save a couple. Okay, this one was a makeup artist who presented. Okay, I love this presentation because it has a former corporate woman and a mother of four. So match the hatch with a presentation. And then, the corporate ones, I think they're always good in showing a great overview of presenting. So then you have your K-pop party opportunities where you should absolutely just spend a little time at the beginning telling them about the opportunity with that in mind as they start experiencing it. Once again, it's not this or that. We present both and we let people sort themselves where they should. Just because you're having a bunch of people over to a K-pop party doesn't mean you're not going to talk about the business opportunity and gatekeep that because you're planning on just them being customers. You might have somebody there who could replicate this party next week and bring on 10 new people with their network. So you always want it to be both and cast vision over people. This is what I'm excited about. This is one means, this is one way I work this business is K-pop parties. There's another way where I invite people onto calls and connect throughout the week. I also like to get this product in with med spas. That's a third way I do it, bricks and mortar. So I don't know how you would perhaps want to work it, but we could connect and we could talk about how using this business model with this opportunity, with this product at this time, you could really expand and grow something magical and beautiful here. So then you have your in-person presentations. And I think those are great in conjunction too with K-pop parties because you can kind of work a wheel where, on Thursday nights, maybe you and your team are committed to someone hosting a K-pop party and people pour into it, but it's followed always by inviting, those who are interested into, an in-person event on Saturday where you've got the PowerPoint. Oh, where do I get the PowerPoint? It's in your drive. It's in your marketing drive. There's a PowerPoint. And if you're launching, you're probably more of a leader because you've jumped on this opportunity. And so you can practice. You can practice your presentation. And, as you bring brand new people on your team and you're doing in-person presentations, you don't have to be at corporate to do in-person presentations and orientations. Maybe you're 2 hours away and you're not going to let that slow you down. Wherever you're at, you're going to establish, every other Saturday, we do a presentation. They hang out a little and we go into an orientation. And everybody invites to it because everybody's doing a K-pop party once a week. And we're always inviting into the next presentation and orientation opportunity for our team. So don't wait on people, but as you develop your presentation and helping people do an orientation, bring a brand new teammate, bring them up and have them share testimony. Get them a little bit comfortable, get people participating, train up your job. If you want to build an empire here, it's about acting like the leader you want to become, functioning as that, and then identifying your next leaders and developing them and lifting them up in the spotlight. All right, Sarah, you're doing the presentation this week. You're going to do it, you know? And so, people, no one ever really raises their hand to go speak into a presentation. That's horrifying. It's scary. But being able to challenge and push each other a little bit, get uncomfortable. You're just going to do the first 10 minutes. I'll take the next 20. Like that is how you can really start laying some good team roots and multiplying, duplicating. All right. Do always keep it under 60 minutes. So hard to do, but so necessary. All right. Focus on, especially K-pop parties, focus on community, fun, and financial. Community, fun, and financial. Always use testimonies because, you know, the saying is true. Um, Facts tell, stories sell. All right. It's emotion. People can see themselves in the story. They think it could be possible. If it's possible for her, it's possible for me. For edify your upline or your speaker. This can be done when you're inviting someone onto a Zoom. You know, this was a language we gave in part one of this training that, you know, I'm brand new here. I don't know much about the company, but we have an amazing leader who's also my mentor, that's going to be presenting it. And this is what I saw, and I'd love for you to see it too. Edify your leader. If you're going into a K-pop party, you're getting all your friends together, and your mentor is going to come and just help host it before they begin. Edify them and then engage full out with the speaker and your body language. I will tell you, part of my hesitation sometime in putting people on opportunity Zooms is that I don't feel like we've done an awesome job in this culture of training people to put their cameras on and engage with the speaker. And if you invite a brand new person on an opportunity call and it's all black screens, that used to work really well when we did telephone calls because you couldn't see that what people were doing. But, you know, it'd be just like in live if I was at a presentation and all of my teammates were on their cell phones or they were having side conversations or they completely were uninterested. And, you know, you had invited a guest. It has, there's nothing that the speaker could say or do if they saw the culture of the team there, not engaged, not excited, not participating. Y'all have blown it. Like the team has blown it, and it's not a safe place to invite people into. I think there's a little more grace with Zoom. It's gotten into a place where we know people are listening, they're on the go, but it is so much more powerful if you are creating a grassroots movement to train your women. If you're going to be on, please turn on your cameras because the newest new person, they're looking at their faces, they're looking at the body language, they're looking at people's energy. People are making decisions based on also how it feels, right? And so I just, if you're starting up, I'd really encourage you to try and train teammates to turn cameras on Zoom presentations, trainings, things like that. So I can't come down too hard on it because it's something that not everybody agrees with, but I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference when you are inviting brand new people on, when people are all participating and playing full out together. And we do know people are doing the best they can too, from jobs, from driving, and at least they're on getting the information. So there's a flip side to that as well. But for sure in person, engage full out with the speaker, body language. Here's big ones. Don't talk about who's not there. If you are throwing a K-pop party and you invited 10 people and 2 people showed up, do not apologize. Don't act disappointed. Don't talk about, oh, well, I thought they were going to come and they were going to come. No, you honor the two people who showed up and you give them your full blown energy because one of them may be your next $1 million leg. And you don't want to discredit that they took the time and the energy and that you're still sitting there bummed about the turnout. And you haven't worked this business until you throw a K-pop party and invite 20 people and 10 say they're going to come and one person shows up. So let's just get past that right now. And it's going to happen. And then the next time you may have 20 people there. You never know. But here's the thing, it's not about the K-pop party. It's about the opportunity to invite. It's about everybody that you invited there. You get to go follow up with the next day and say, hey, we sure missed you last night. I was super excited to share this with you, but if it's okay, I'm just going to share a little sizzle video with you about the product that I shared at my party last night. And I'm going to give you my link and share with you what we did. And also, if you're not ready to order now, here is my next date for a glow up. Let me know if you can make it. It's just whoever you invite, you get to connect with. It's a reason to go in and it's a reason to follow up. So number 2, don't talk too long. Don't overload with science. And this is a really big one. We've done a lot of K-pop parties here in Kansas City. Do not interrupt the speaker. If you have somebody leading your ritual for you and you invited people into your home, everybody's excited about it, but it's the worst in the world when the speaker has an agenda. They're trying to rush, they're trying to get through it in under 60 minutes. The presentation has started. The K-pop party is a presentation. Each step, they have it in their mind. They're giving it their all. And you got 1 or 2 women in the crowd that just keep wanting to add in their take or how they do it or how they think you should. And it is just, it throws the speaker off. It drags on the session. Then everybody starts interrupting. You've lost respect. Like the speakers kind of lost control of the room and the environment. And then you have some people sitting there that are like, they just came to get the facial, but all these people are now adding in their opinions and talking, and now they're 50 minutes and their kids are at home and they almost get mad that it's still going. So you want to allow your team, train your team well. When I start the ritual, it's it's my time. It's the speaker's time, and also no side conversations. We want to get through we want to have fun. We want to get through the ritual, but we want to keep it respectful and honor people's time. And there will be a time and place to mingle in the beginning and then to release everybody and then mingle at the end or come back around to a step at the end. And maybe the guest you invited, but someone else is presenting. Now you want to share with them something fun and cool that you've learned to do when you whip up the snow enzyme cleanser in this little machine and put it on as a mask. Like then you can add in after it's been released, after it's over, your fun things, right? So honor the K-pop experience and keep it moving as kind of professionals. And then there it is, no negativity and no side combos. So I am trying to not in the spirit of keeping things very simple. Last week I went for an hour and I thought, that's not good. That's not simple. And so at this point, I'm going to stop the recording. And now